You are now about to begin the great adventure, the journey out of your mind. You will travel far beyond familiar reality into the level of transcendent awareness. You will leave behind you your ego, your beloved personality, which will be returned to you at the end of this voyage.
Hey VC, this is Ron. Welcome back to another one of my videos. I got some cool things lined up today. I've got some recent finds, I've got some thrift store finds, and I've got some site comps that I pulled out of my collection. The very first thing that we saw at the beginning of my video is an excerpt from the first Dr. Timothy Leary album, 1966, and it's called The Psychedelic Experience. And I picked this up yesterday, and this is a really nice copy, and I really wasn't sure what I was buying at the time because I've never actually seen any Timothy Leary albums other than I read about them in the Acid Archive, and I've seen some album covers, and that was pretty much the extent of my knowledge. But I was hoping for the best, and it turned out to be an original first pressing, and it's on the broadside label. There was a couple of other pressings after this one, and it was on the blue label. This one is broadside. There's a broadside Folkways. Folkways is on the matrix information in the trail off groove, and that may be a blue label. And then there's also a Folkways label with a broadside inner sleeve. So the first pressing, from what I understand, may have been limited to approximately 2,000 copies or less. And it's really clean condition, I would say, close to being near mint, excellent plus at least. And it's a little noisy at the beginning of the record, but it quiets down later on as you progress further into the tracks. It's got a price of $4.88 on the back, and it's marked Tower Records, so that inclines me to believe that this was not in shrink wrap when it was sold. It has the original owner. His name is on a mailing label on the back, so it's got Arizona history behind it. Side 1, there's also the same label, but I'll live with it. I'm not about to attempt to remove those because I know it caused damage. There's a cardboard divider in the pocket that's original to the album, and it separates the LP and a booklet, and this is the booklet. And it gives a lot of information that is not given on the record, so this is vital to have the booklet. It's excerpts from the book, The Psychedelic Experience, a manual based on the Tibetan Book of the Dead. The Tibetan Book of the Dead was an ancient text that was transcribed, and it was revealed that it had psychedelic information in the text. And I listened to this yesterday, and when I listened to it, I didn't take it lightly. I sat here, closed my eyes, and paid close attention to what Leary was saying. I listened to the whole LP, And it's actually quite enlightening for me personally to hear this. Basically, side one is called Going Out. And going out is the preparation for the psychedelic experience. And so you would listen to that before the drug would take effect. And it's also called the clear light phase. The trip itself is called a bardo of hallucinations. And the third part, the third phase, is the coming back or the re-entry. So you would play side two as you were coming back from the trip. And I just think this is a really cool album. He did several albums. This is the second rarest. The very rarest is the one that's on ESP, and it's called Turn On, Tune In, Drop Out. And there's another album on Mercury called Turn On, Tune In, Drop Out, but that is not the same material on the record. I think, you know, this is just really historical and cool thing, and I think it's really essential for anybody who loves psychedelic music, and anybody who has taken the voyage. I think it's just a fantastic learning tool. Okay, now I'm going to show a couple of recent pickups. I picked this up yesterday, and I had just showed this album in a couple of videos back. And I was at the store yesterday, and I actually found a copy in the original shrink, and it has a Sears sticker on there, stereo sticker. There's no price given, it might be code, or if there was a price, it was torn off right here. But I'd never seen a Sears sticker on an album before, so that was pretty cool. And then it also has, featuring the complete version of Mrs. Robinson on the front, and then there's like this clear bumper sticker right here across the top, and and you can see it in gold writing. If you look at it at an angle, it doesn't really show up. It's just kind of in gold writing. It says Bookend Simon and Garfunkel, and then it says poster included right here. So $3, and man, I mean, the vinyl isn't bad either, but actually the vinyl that I had was a little better, so I put my vinyl in that cover. And then I picked this up yesterday. It's a compilation. It's a brand new 2015 compilation, and it's called Open Up Your Mind, Rembrandt Record Story. And Rembrandt was a record label in Chicago, and this features a free 45 that's on the inside by the Night Owls, and this is a picture of the Night Owls on the front. And the single is not anything spectacular. It's like previously unreleased tracks, and it's not psych. It's more of an early garage sound. Although it was recorded in '67, it kind of has an earlier garage sound. So I don't know if this 45 is totally exclusive to the record, or they were just throwing them in as a giveaway. It was all right. I was a little disappointed that it wasn't psych though. This is psych based, but it's not deep heavy psych. It's more the beginnings of Psych. Most of the tracks on here are recorded in 1966. There's a few tracks that are recorded in 67. And a couple of things are actually repeated on here. There's some a few tracks that are unreleased mono masters of the songs. So I'm not exactly sure what that means. I don't know if they're alternate takes or they're recordings directly off the master. I don't know, but they are repeated a couple times on here. There is some previously unreleased stuff on here, and my favorite tracks on here I would say would be the Nickel Bags song The Woods, where it is describing going out to the woods and going on a psychedelic trip. It does mention the clear light phase of the trip. And another favorite of mine is the Lemon Drops, I Live in the Springtime. And that was on Pebbles 8. And this is a real nice quality version of it. This whole thing is nice quality. It's a quite strong LP. I wouldn't call it killer, but it is quite good. And it comes with a full color information sheet on the inside, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I got this on sale, so I didn't pay full price for it. So yeah, it's a nice one, but you're not going to find any killer punkadelic fuzz rippers. You're not going to find any real trippy psych on there, but there is some of the tracks do have some buzz. Okay, now I'm going to show a few comps that I pulled out of my collection, and this is a Columbia Record Club exclusive. The Now Sound for Young Music 36 Today. It's a double album. It probably came out in 67, and it's got a divider card on the inside, so you can have one LP on each side, and it's got a really spiffy label, Columbia Record Club, and then it says exclusive down at the bottom. And I think this is all the same band doing the whole double album. And it's all popular hits of the day. And there's some really cool punkers on here with those nice snotty vocals and stuff. The band that I don't know who the band is that did this. Probably just some garage band that they signed, but unfortunately it does not have their name on the album, so I have no clue who it is. But it may have just been sessions players too, who knows. But I'll tell you, there's some really good stuff on here. Some of the best things on here are Over, Under, Sideways, Down by the Yardbirds. 96 Tears, Question Mark and the Mysterians. Lady Jane, the Stones. Mother's Little Helper, the Stones. Let's see. The Great Airplane Strike, Paul Revere and the Raiders. Have You Seen Your Mother, Baby, Standing in the Shadows, the Stones. Last Train to Clarksville, Monkees. It's got Psychotic Reaction by the Count 5. It's got a cover version of Dandy by the Kinks. It's kind of weird. Stop, 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 the Hollies. I'll scan the title so you can see it. Just real cool. So this one is weird. I got this in a thrift store. It's a nice shape. And this is a stereo. And then I got the same thing in a thrift store again, except this one turned out to be the mono. So I've got a mono and a stereo of this. And the labels are exactly the same in both. So, yeah, I've never actually spotted this other than these copies, you know, so it's pretty cool. I mean, it's a record club exclusive that was not sold in the store. And now I'm going to show Love, Peace, and Poetry. And this is a compilation. And they had different volumes of this. They had an American version, which this one is. They had a Mexican, they had a Turkish, I think they had an Asian. There's all different versions of this album from different countries. I'm not a fan of this cover, you know, the Playboy bunny styled artwork, but the inside's pretty cool. I like the inside. And I bought this when it first came out, I think in the late 90s, if I'm right. And it's a German pressing. And this one is on colored vinyl. Splatter wax. And this is a sticker that was on the shrink when I got it. It's a surprise multicolored vinyl. Not a fan of the label either with the girl in the center. The vinyl's pretty nice though. So, it's pretty cool. I don't know if there was any other volumes that came on the colored vinyl. I also got the Mexican volume. And it's just on the standard black wax. But both of these Love, Peace, Poetry albums are killer. I heard the Turkish one is really good. And what this is it's not necessarily the best psych, but it's the rarest from the countries. And a lot of it is really good. This has Doug Doug's, Kaleidoscope, Spiders. Just really cool. In fact, I used to work with a guy who's bilingual, and all the information that's on the back of this album is in Spanish. So what I did was I had him look at the album, and he translated everything into English for me. And I should probably do a better write-up on this, you know, maybe print it up on the computer or something like that, instead of having that sloppy handwriting. But at least I was able to get the stuff translated, so that's pretty neat. Okay, then I got a couple of compilations here, Fuzz, Flakes, and Shakes. Tony the Tiger Presents. And there was actually quite a few, I don't know how many volumes there were, but there was definitely at least, I think this one's volume 6. Yeah, this is volume 6. And this is the first volume, volume 1. And these are really good Psych Garage comps. And this band here on the front here is Thackeray Rock, and they were a local Phoenix band, and I'd shown their records and just discussed them a little bit in some of my other videos. And this character sitting right here is Vince Welnick, who was later in the Tubes. And then after he left the Tubes, he joined the Grateful Dead. And sadly, he passed away. I think it was probably about 10 years ago. There's some controversy on how he died. I believe he was stabbed. They're not, from what I understand, I don't know if they ever figured out if he was murdered or if he committed suicide. But pretty sad story. And I work at Honeywell Aerospace as a contractor, and I used to know his older brother, and his name was Dan, I believe his name was Dan Welnick, and I met him and I talked to him at several occasions. He's a real nice guy, and in fact I made him a DVD of some tube stuff with Vince in it, and he was very appreciative of that, and he was really happy that I gave that to him. So very cool comps here. Okay, now I've got some psych comps here Billy presents, and from what I understand, when this series first came out, they were just in real plain white covers, no graphics, kind of a bootleg do-it-yourself styled compilation series. And then later it was put out by Scrap with nice covers and nice labels. This is just an excellent series of garage psych, and I don't have them all, but I do have volume 4, and this is volume 7. And then I got volume 8. And I got volume 11. This one is my favorite out of all the ones that I have. This one is just really, really good. And it is on colored vinyl. The other ones are on black vinyl, but this one came out on colored vinyl. And it's a translucent, like pale, real ultra pale blue color. And it has Jake Holmes' Leaves Never Break on it, which is really cool. And he was the guy that wrote Dazed and Confused. It was originally I'm Confused. And of course the Yardbirds and Zeppelin did it in their repertoire later on. This is just really, really cool. So of any of them, I would say this is essential. Okay, now I got, this is a German compilation. It's called Off. And it's all Elektra material. And it came out in 1968. And this is the label. And it's got a little mini booklet on the inside anyway. Nice pictures of the bands there. So this is a really good compilation. All the text is in German, so I don't really know what it says. I probably could translate it on the internet, but I'm not going to go take the time to do that. And then I got Off 2, which is probably from '69. And this has got a giant fold-out poster on the inside, and plus it's on a picture disc, and I'm pretty sure this is original and not some sort of a reissue. So this is a 1969 picture disc, which is pretty cool. This has got English and German text. And it's got MC Vive, Holy Moldal Rounders, Rhinoceros, The Doors, Love, Earth Opera, another MC5 track, another Rhinoceros. It's got a couple of tracks by the same bands on here. Incredible String Band, ARS Nova, and Zodiac Cosmic Sounds, Cancer, The Moon Child. And I tell you, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show this whole... I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do about this poster. It's pretty huge. Maybe you can see it. If I can figure out how to open it up. Let's see. Let me open this thing. Okay, I got it open finally. Yeah, it's a pretty trippy poster. So, yeah, this is just a really cool album. And surprisingly, they don't go for a whole lot of money. Okay, now I'm gonna flash some thrift store finds. I actually bought about 25 albums out of the thrift store a few days ago, and most of them I'm probably going to be trading in. I'm not going to show them all. I'm just going to show some of the ones that I'll most likely end up keeping. I'm not a huge Beach Boys fan. I may trade this in, but this is like a record club exclusive. And it's a double album, and it's a record club issue. It's on the red Capitol label, 1975-76, and it's near mint in the shrink. And so yeah, I might trade that one off. Kinks, Give the People What They Want, 1981. This is probably their last really strong album. And then I got this Kinks Greatest Hits on Marble Arch. And this is actually a copy of a British Greatest Hits. This is Canadian. And it's probably mid-70s. And it's on a yellow label. It's fake stereo, but clean, so I'll definitely be keeping this and sticking it in with my Canadian LPs. Then I got a couple of original Chuck Berry albums. This is Chuck Berry, Rockin' at the Hop. This is a 1960 album. The cover is rough, but the vinyl is actually pretty cool. I would say it's like a VG Plus, and it's got this sticker on it for the original owner, which is kind of interesting. I'd never seen that before. It was probably like a moisten the back kind of a sticker and then stick it on there. I could probably remove it fairly easy, but I'm gonna leave it. It's cool. So this is like a 3-star album according to a book that I have, and I still need to listen to this. I haven't listened to it yet. And then this is the other one that I got. One Dozen Berries. This is a 1958 album. This is a 4-star album. And the same story with this. The cover's real rough, but the vinyl is nice VG+. So that's the most important part of it. And it's got that sticker on it again. You know, the vinyl is the most important part. You can always upgrade to a little better cover. You know, hopefully maybe on eBay I can find something that's got a nice cover, but the record's rough. So that's the way to go when replacing covers. So those are pretty neat. And old Chuck, he's got a birthday coming up. He's going to be I think 89 years old. A little later this year, I think he'll be turning 89. Clash Combat Rock. B-52's first album, 5-star classic here. You know, I saw the B-52s in '82 at the US Festival in California, and they were fantastic. I think they stole the show for the whole festival, probably. And the Talking Heads, Speaking in Tongues. I saw the Talking Heads at that festival as well. And also, first Led Zeppelin, this is a 70s pressing. And yeah, these were like near mint condition, man. I mean, thrift store, awesome. Alright guys, that does it for now, and catch you next time.